Good morning, Guyana. Welcome to Soul Boost. This is your opportunity to reconnect, recharge, and lift your spirits. We're so glad you're here this morning. Our topic this morning is on anger. And we're just going to look at how anger comes in just different forms. And what do we need to do when it comes? One of the key things about anger is it can completely drain the soul of all its power in a very short time. And so, how do we deal with that? First, we have to understand what the forms of anger are before we can deal with it. So, anger at its root, it's just a negative emotional reaction. And because it's a reaction, it can erupt just like that. So, how do we deal with that? We need to identify. Anger can come in so many different forms. It can be jealousy, envy, it could be irritation, it could be just avoidance of somebody. You could be frustrated. So, there's so many different ways: complaining, criticizing, being bossy. So when you understand the different forms that how anger presents in you, then it's much easier to deal with that. But a lot of us are walking around thinking, oh, I don't get angry because I'm not yelling or, getting into a rage, that I don't have it. But look at the little subtle forms of anger and how they show up. Because sometimes we could be getting angry and we don't even know it. And one of the things about anger is that it's like fire. It needs fuel to be sustained. And we need to be able to understand what that fuel is. Because if we're making a fire, you have to keep feeding it, whether it's wood or some other type of fuel. The fire cannot sustain itself. So, what is it that sustains anger? It's our negative thoughts, it's our waste thoughts. So, those are things when we understand what they are, then we can say, okay, I don't want to feed that fire. So, our goal today is to look at ourselves and see what are the different types of anger that show up within us. And what can I do? Today, we're going to just experiment with just pausing the anger. We're not trying to completely remove it, or we're just putting a pause button on that anger. And the more we can do that, the more we can retain that power within the soul. So let's take a few minutes to kind of take an inventory and check what is going on. Have I been angry in the past and just not recognized it? Have I been bossy? Have I been critical? Have I been stubborn or resistant? What are the different ways that anger shows up? And once you've identified that, then go back and look at an incident and where that anger came up. Can you visualize how the scene happened? Because even if the anger comes and we just suppress it, that can actually build up over time, and then we can just explode at the most inopportune time. So when we pause it, we're able to just look at it and let it go. It's just like if you had a pain in your finger. That pain is there, but it will go away. But the more we try to suppress the anger, the more we try to let it out on others, including ourselves, the more it's going to grow and the more it's going to drain us. So let's take a moment to kind of just sit back and go into our meditation and just check, what are the thoughts that are coming into the screen of our mind? So take a deep breath, just relax, just release any tension that you're holding within the body. And just take 3 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. And just release any tension you're holding. Take another deep breath in and let it out. And take that final deep breath in and out. Now just let your breath be normal and allow your attention to focus on the screen of your mind. And let's just check in with the soul to see what are the different types of anger that show up within the mind. Once we identify those, let's allow the mind to just pause. Just be with the feeling and then just let it go. Don't feed it with any other thoughts. There will be many negative and waste thoughts just waiting to come in to your mind. But just hold and allow that feeling to pass. The more we can actually bring our awareness to the anger, the more we can redirect. So the first step is to identify and pause and let go. So throughout the day, from time to time, just take 30 to 60 seconds just to check in with yourself, even if it's a situation that just happens. Just allow yourself to push the pause button on your mind, on that anger, and allow the soul to regain its power. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Om Shanti.